Mike Kleen, gotta come home sometime. Part 2 of 4. The penultimate day of August was a Sunday. It was hot, and I was both looking forward to and dreading going back to school. Did I want to see my friends? You bet. Did I want to dive into some schooling? Sure thing. Shh, don't tell the old gang. But I really didn't want the end of summer to be a mere 9 days away. Saturday, my current events research had been exclusively centered around Major League Baseball, and specifically both the Astros nicking the Mets and the Phillies doing the same to the Braves, while the Chicago Whites were able to best the Boston Reds with a far more substantial margin. The 29th had been fine, but Sunday earned its name with a beating hot sun that I knew would be pure torture as I walked my brothers Justin and Joe home from church. St. Mary Church, in all her infinite wisdom, elected to resume her CCD, that's Confraternity of Christian Doctrine, or Sunday School, for those of you not in the know, the last Sunday in August rather than the first Sunday after Labor Day, as she had done previously. Even though I'd been confirmed the year before, my parents insisted that I continue to attend CCD at the very least for one more year, my dad had said, adding, "We can revisit this next year when you start high school, Mike." His next year edition being the perfect dangling carrot for his eldest jackass. I dug my heels in like a mule, insisting that I didn't need any more religious ed, but my folks were having none of it, so I found myself waving goodbye to my parents as they drove home after 9 o'clock Mass. 9 o'clock Mass was family Mass, and for 1st through 8th graders, 10:30 was religious ed hour. We Kleens attended Mass every Sunday, usually at 9 o'clock, and beginning in 1st grade, I would march from the church nave to the church school, where I would learn about all things Catholic and many things Christian. For 2 years, I was a solo Kleen attendee, but 2 years after I began, Justin joined me, and 2 years after that, Joe did too. From September 4th, 1962, through Friday the 7th, Mom had loaded Joe and Justin into the stroller and walked me to and from kindergarten. But come Monday the 10th, I was on my own. I literally had to go east 2 blocks, cross Talcott Street with the help of a crossing guard, and then go to class, and Mom figured I had enough horse sense to get the job done twice a day, 5 days a week, Labor Day through Flag Day. By the time 1963 rolled around, I was 20% older and wiser than I had been in kindergarten, and Mom figured I could just as easily walk home from St. Mary Church as I had Smalley Elementary. Luckily, Mom never saw me dart in front of cars to cross Main before I shot up Lee to Clark, crossed north, went east a few blocks to Irwin, which brought me right to Putnam and home. While it might be a rare parent who'd allow her 6-year-old to journey alone in 2019, it was just what we did in the early 60s when a family was lucky if it could afford a single car, let alone 2, 3, or more. Thus it was that on August 30th, 1970, dressed in black slacks, freshly polished black dress shoes, and a white Oxford dress shirt, I herded 9-year-old Joe and 11-year-old Justin home to our house beneath a broiling sun.